There's video games in my cereal box.
Welcome to NightBlog.
Greetings, fellow stargazers. Welcome to NightBlog tonight. We have a very fun topic for this evening.
We do. It's a relic from the past. The blasts from the golden age of the 90s.
I thought you were going to say blast from the past.
I thought I did say blast from the past.
Well, you worked it into the golden age. A blast from the previous times. It didn't quite rhime,
No.
but you were pulling me along for it.
I wonder if I did. Oh, I can't remember what I said now.
Well, now we're going to talk about game demos, what would you call it? Like when you find a little gifty goo in like...
The prize in a cereal box?
Sure, what would you call that?
A prize in a cereal box?
It didn't have a name?
It was just the prize. I mean, sometimes it'd be... Most of the times it's a cheap little toy or like a spoon with like the Lion King's head on it or something. But sometimes you'd get a cereal game. Like it's a computer game.
No, you're right, yeah.
In your cereal.
Uh-huh.
A cereal game.
Sometimes you get them in the mail. It just depends on what you were subscribed to or they're trying to sell to you.
You get it with, sometimes you get it with, like, I remember I had a PlayStation one.
Sure.
That I don't even know how I got it.
Okay.
I wasn't even subscribed. I think my mom bought me, like, a PlayStation magazine, just, like, not a subscription, just a issue of PlayStation magazine when I got my PlayStation as a kid. And, like, it comes with a bonus disc, like,
yeah. Well, I think I know the one you're talking about. Did it have a game called Legend of Legaia on it?
I can't remember. I just remember, the two games I remember it had on it. Metal Gear Solid.
Sure.
Which, I just remember playing it for like 5 seconds, and I was 11 and thought, I don't know what this is. I'm done. And then it had NFL Blitz. And
Blitz.
I don't even like football, really. I mean, like, I'm not against it, but me and my cousin, we'd play it for hours. The demo. So we'd only play like, the first half.
Yeah.
That's all I gave you.
Insider secret, Blitz is the farthest from football. So
yes, because I remember you would tackle somebody, and then after the play ended, you could keep hitting the tackle button, and you're like doing body slams, and you keep tackling them over and over again. Yeah. And it was just ridiculous fun. Except you had to go 30 yards for a first down, and that made it hard.
You know what?
Just 10 yards. It was
true athletes would not have an issue with this. In fact, some are so bad at penalties, they often have first and 30.
Yes.
No, one of my favorite things, it was a move called Sub-Zero. And what you would do is, like, they would line up, and you'd have a wide out, and you would just throw the ball to the side, and then he would throw it back to someone else, and it always worked. It didn't matter who you were playing, you could always just, and it's a totally illegal play.
Yeah.
But that's what was great about Blitz. Everything was legal.
Yeah.
So I had a PlayStation disc, and I think we probably had the same one.
Probably.
And it had this RPG, just a demo called Legend of Legaia, and like you'd go through, and this town got taken over by this darkness, and you had to go and fight your way through it. And it was just a simple RPG, and you'd think that like the repetition of building up your initial levels and going through that Japanese "Wake up, son! The town's under attack," in every single one would get boring.
That's how my dad wakes me up every day.
Wake up, son! Yeah, I know, Dad. Your dad's crazy a little bit.
A little bit. He's a high school teacher now. Spent 28 years in the state patrol.
Youth. And you know, I played it many times over, and at the same time, like I was like, this is repetitive, but I loved it. You know, there were just certain ones you'd get. Like I remember, do you remember Creative Sound Blaster? Remember it was called like Sound Blaster. It was like sound card / interface.
I think so. I remember Math Blaster, but that's not the same thing.
I might have used my Sound Blaster to listen to Math Blaster.
Probably.
If we're gonna go down this rabbit trail.
Yeah.
And it came with a game called Time Commando. And at first, like my computer was so crappy. Like, the thing would just... We got, like, a new computer, put the sound card in it, and I don't think you had to have the sound card to play the game, but I'm sure I was dumb enough to be like, oh, we have to use the Sound Blaster. And you just went back in time, and you fought with all these different weapons, like medieval, and then you got guns eventually, and it was really, I mean, basic, but it was amazing, because it was free. Yeah. You know, and there were things like this, the promotion, that then, I was a fan for life, because they were just like, hey, we think this is good enough that you should try it, you know? And I think that was really important to us, to be kind of respected in a way that they would be like the PlayStation disc. They'd be like, you know what, you bought our magazine, it was probably more expensive. Yeah, just one than it should have been. Here's some games. If you like them, go buy them. If not, whatever. You still bought our magazine, you know, it doesn't matter to them.
Didn't read it.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a single article in it.
So I think I'd like to know, were there any like demos or anything like that that's really stuck with you? Anything iconic that...
The Blitz one really stuck with me. I remember there was a game I got in a cereal box, Chex, with Chex Quest. You were this dude in a giant Chex, like one big giant Chex,
sure.
with like an eye slit at the top, and you were blasting something. I think it was
Zorchin.
That's right, dude.
Duke knows.
Dude, he played this.
Zorchin.
You were you were fighting aliens.
Yeah,
it was so 90s cliche gamey.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just like they said, hey, kids will like this. Buy the cereal. Like, it was a cheap game. I think it was based off Wolfenstein's engine.
Oh, perfect.
Or Doom or something.
So pseudo 3D.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's 3D, but everything's flat polygons. Like, if you turn, the flat sprite follows you creepily.
I love that. Almost like those trick paintings where the eyes watch you the whole time. Yeah.
Everything did that. There's another game, I don't know where it came from, but one of my dad's friends brought it over and installed it on our computer for us, where it was the same engine, but you had water balloons, and you had to fight dirty animals and clean them. It was weird.
Somewhere there was a lesson learned by someone on a farm that was like, oh, I'm supposed to clean the animals.
There's these big, yellow ducks covered in mud, and you're throwing soap at them.
Well, I guess I had a little bit of a different experience.
God bless the 90s.
When I got a PS2, I bought a network adapter because, it was just coming around to the time where it was like, you can use the internet to play video games, and we were like, no, so we bought it.
Not on a console, PC maybe.
Yeah, right, yeah, not on a console. Because I remember on console, we talked about this before, you'd, call the number and be like, I'd like to play Command & Conquer, please, and
on
dial up, yeah. So we got this network adapter, and it came with the demo disc, and it had Tribes 2, the demo.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Phenomenal demo. We played it over, it was 2 maps, and you basically, I mean, it was the same thing over and over, and it was genius. We only needed 2 maps.
Yeah.
So we played that over and over, and the other one, it came with Amplitude. You remember Amplitude? Frequency?
Yes.
The
original before Guitar Hero. It was the original rhythm games, yeah.
Harmonics, that's where they started, with the music stuff.
I think my cousins had this disc. I remember playing this.
Yeah. And I think they were the ones that actually ended up buying the game based after they had the demo disc. They bought Frequency and Amplitude. And we played those, so those 2 really stuck with me. And then one I had on PC, another one that we never bought the game, we just kept playing the demo, was Unreal Tournament. The first one, Unreal Tournament. And I guess not, Unreal, but Unreal Tournament. And it only had I think 2 maps on it. And they were beautifully just amazing. And it was, fast paced, and it didn't need anything else. The demo was so good. I mean, we bought Unreal Tournament in 2004 because I gotta say, they gave us, that free demo, and it stuck with me. And I would just keep playing. And I've stuck with Unreal Tournament ever since, and I think that marketing strategy has kind of gone away. But we have something similar to it now.
Betas.
Yeah, betas.
They're replaced by betas.
Yeah. Which...
You become a QA tester.
Yeah. You don't get paid, but...
You get to play.
Yeah. And, I think that it is almost promotional.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's become a marketing tool where they also get to leverage you as a QA tester.
No, there is one more demo I actually remembering that stuck out with me. It was Tribes, the original one, not Tribes 2.
Right.
Because the same cousins we were talking about earlier, my cousins had that on their computer.
Right,
Tribes.
okay.
He had that weird rail spinny gun thing.
Yeah,
that was so much fun. You only have 1 map. Didn't even have 2, you have 1 map.
And you play it constantly.
Play it over and over.
Yeah.
And over.
I feel like demos were very important, but I think that betas are also very important because they actually do something helpful for the developer. But I still kind of miss... You remember, Fungoland?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I traded in my PS1 for an N64 so I could play Zelda.
Good trade-in.
Yeah.
I gotta say. But they would, encourage you, their commercials were come in, bring your mom, and they would play 64, and I'd be like, sweet, I didn't have an N64 yet, so you'd go to the store and be like, even then be like, get out, after, but...
You're done, child.
Yeah, but genuinely, that was the only way to get hands-on, we didn't have this demo system, Xbox 360 had a really good demo system, and, we haven't moved away from that. I think you're right, though, we just moved more towards, they just leverage it with a way of marketing an actual strategy with betas and alphas.
Yes, indeed.
Would you say there's a story to tell?
Oh, it's always story time.
Oh! Tonight, we will be looking at a setting, a hero, vilain, problems, und salutations.
Hola.
Tonight,
Start us off, Mr. Keebz.
We start in the Mushroom Kingdom. All is seemingly well, because we are joined by...
Jill, the awkward teenage girl.
She fits in beautifully with, I guess you would call them almost a league with Toad and Mario
Yes.
and Yoshi. They're a league of the Mushroom Kingdom. They're the Mushroomites.
With her headgear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because she's so awkward.
And she's a teenage girl.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? Her villain is Jeffrey the Adventurous Spider because he fits in with everyone. He's so adventurous, Jeffrey. Dang it. Can you chill? Because Jill is sitting over here wishing she could just interact with everyone, the league, and Jeffrey's over here.
Jeffrey's like, hey, he's the life of the party. He's the guy that when you go to the party, he immediately pulls out the guitar, and you're just standing over there with a trombone.
Yeah, well, I guess you mainly.
It's awkward.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what's even better about Jeffrey is he makes his own strings.
He does. He's amazing. It's great.
Beautiful silken guitar strings.
And so Jill just can't stand this, but unfortunately, she was in order to conquer this fear, she had to climb a mountain of treachery. Ooh. With Jeffrey, the adventurous spider. He's like, hey, you know what? Awkward Jill, the awkward teenage girl, you want to get over your awkwardness? You got to climb this mountain with me. But really, he betrayed her.
Wait, did he address her as Jill, the awkward teenage girl?
That's her name.
That's her full name?
Full name.
Legally?
It was a prophetic name that her parents gave over her.
You know what? Sometimes you got to stick to the full name.
They just knew.
Well, you know what? Before we get to a solution...
Fortunately...
It's
green. Fortunately, Grandma dies, but it's Jeffrey's grandma.
Good.
So now he's not so adventurous. Now he's actually kind of down. He's a little awkward.
Yeah.
And it's kind of boosting Jill because she's awkward and dark.
Jill's a little messed up.
Well, she's a teenage girl.
Hey, you know what? She's dark, and she found the cure.
Grandma's
the cure. Okay.
Grandma actually lives.
She found the cure for death?
She found the cure for death. It's a 1-up mushroom.
Oh. Because they're in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Of treachery. She saves Jeffrey the Adventurous, the Spider Grandma. All everyone in the Mushroom Kingdom hails her as a hero. And she's still awkward, but she's accepted for her awkwardness. Just because you're awkward. The lesson of the story. Just because you're awkward doesn't mean you're not liked or loved.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Sweet dreams.
That was pretty cool.
That was a weird RTS.
It was. I think they tried to do something really different.
Because you could only deploy. You couldn't build. You had to deploy from space.
Yeah. NightBlog Season 1, Episode 12, Shot 3, Take 1.
Empire at War was really good. I loved Empire. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I did a complete galactic conquest. When I got to the Rebels' corner, I just blew up Hoth. I didn't even conquer it. Like,
Deuces.
Nobody needs Hoth.
NightBlog Season 1, Episode 12, Shot